Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Take 4, take 4.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill, and defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out to play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Check 31, check 31. Check 49, check 49. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
You draw quarter. 58, come on. Hey, pick your game up. Out. Box it, box it, box it, box it. Go to 50. Here we go, team. 6-6, pull it high. Safety creep. Check 52.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Rodgers now on first down. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At the Bears' 22-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Let him know. Check 24.
A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On second down now, it's Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. This is Jones, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a short kick taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Za'Darius Smith just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I got one.
Throwing on second and long. Gregory. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Check 3. Wait. Mike 7. Come on, baby.
Looking to throw. Gregory. This is Johnson. He's got it. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
That's good for the Bears. First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Buddy up. Here we go, D.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 45-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Gregory. And that's caught inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Geno Atkins on the stop. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 20-yard line.
Switch.
On second down, McCaffrey. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Josh Jackson on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 11-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
It's our time. Go. Switch.
They'll run with Drake. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Let's go.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
You got tight.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That catch in his career is number 662, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, who was a wide receiver at Alabama before he transitioned in the NFL. And we're seeing similar attributes here because the ability to play inside, outside, flex out, he can catch it from any position and turn it into a big play.
Now he's got his eyes on 700. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Escapes the defender. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere on the NFL scoreboard in Dallas. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Jones, and an alley to run. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Williams. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll run it with Williams. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That's how you get right up off of the map because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Now Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing to start the drive. Gregory gonna let, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Hey, 626. Jim, protein spill. Jim.
They'll run on first down. Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Again, it's Jones. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Slam, slam, slam.
They'll run it with Jones. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bears will get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
2 times, 2 times. 3 down, 3 down. 6 guys. Shift, shift. Check, squeeze.
On 1st and 10, Gregory. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Tim Williams, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
2nd and long. And he fires one incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Watch the eye. Slam, slam.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Gregory, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
First down, Packers.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check the 50. Hey, you block over here. Lucky.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll go again to Jones. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 29, Gregory. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. On 3rd down, Gregory. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Gregory. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 45. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And some room to roam now. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Gregory. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Gregory. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
Mike, 4, come on.
From the gun, Gregory. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Get 300. Get 300.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. No. Off.
Hey, 88. 61. Matchbox lights.
You going to see me in your nightmares. Hey, watch it.
They'll run it with Jones. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road